A mom gets two young children out of their burning home.
Snowflakes continue to fly through most of the area right now, but they will wrap up as we get into the nighttime hours. But the cold remains. We'll track all of it for you coming up.
Coming up, we'll tell you why several area charities are falling behind on their goals this holiday season.
WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
We continue to track breaking news out of Clark County this afternoon.
2 people are dead in what police are describing as a domestic situation. It happened around 1 this afternoon at Palmer Engineering on Shoppers Drive. Police are not releasing many details, only saying 2 people are dead and the scene is safe. The incident caused 2 schools, Henry Baker Intermediate and Strode Station Elementary, to go on lockdown for about an hour. We'll bring you the very latest details coming up on WKYT News at 5.
A mother and 2 of her children managed to escape a house fire.
It happened about 9 this morning on Tiverton Way, not far from Fayette Mall. As WKYT's Caitlin Setner shows us, one of those little boys is being credited with saving his family. It's our top story at 4:30.
It wasn't what a family was hoping for this holiday season. While asleep, their home caught fire.
The smoke detectors didn't sound, but a 4-year-old boy noticed something was wrong and woke his mom. Mom with her 2 young sons rushed outside to call 911. Within minutes, Lexington Fire arrived on scene to battle the blaze. Mom tells us was coming from the kitchen. It happened around 9 o'clock this morning, but it didn't take crews much time to tackle the fire. They confirmed damage to the kitchen and smoke damage throughout the home. Fire victim Kimberly Owens is focusing on the positive. She says the outcome could have been a whole lot worse. Her husband was already at work and her oldest son at school. That left her responsible for getting her 2 young sons out.
I'm relieved that everybody got out of the house safely. Everything happens for a reason. We'll come out of this stronger, better, happier. Just get to start over.
Fire crews continue to investigate what sparked the blaze. In Lexington, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
Now, Lexington Fire Department officials call damage to the home moderate. The fire victims will be staying with family out of state until they can find other living arrangements. A dangerous situation at a home in Lexington overnight. Police say someone shot into a house. It happened on Withers Avenue across from Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Police say that several people were inside the home when a bullet came through a wall and into the home. No one was hurt. Police do not know who fired the shot. Feeling more like December outside today. Did you notice?
Finally, and yes, I did notice the colder weather will hang around for at least part of our weekend. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is here with a check of that forecast. Sort of smacked you in the face today.
I told you all yesterday, you'd smack you in the face or you'd get a good bite when you walked outside. And certainly getting that right now, especially when the winds blow a little bit. That makes it feel like it's in the 20s out there. And then you throw in this, the fact that we're tracking some snow showers. That makes it even worse, or better if you're in the festive mood. The problem is we're not going to keep this mood very long because we'll shake things up going into the weekend and especially next week. Snow showers about to wrap up as far as the widespread stuff here in central Kentucky, but we'll likely run into at least a few more flurries as we work through the evening hours. Now you can see it kind of coming to an end. We even are starting to break out into some sunshine here in our area. We've been seeing that, and so most of it now out of Lexington. Again, keep in mind maybe a few flurries possible even after this main push works its way out of the area. Let's throw some temperatures on the map for you so you can see what we are dealing with. That and the clouds and the snow. So you see that we're in the low and mid 30s pretty much area wide, at least in our area. A little warmer out to the west where they're actually getting a little bit of sunshine now. So 35 Lexington, Richmond 34. We'll continue to cool things off. Those skies clear through the rest of the evening and overnight, probably mid and upper 20s. So the chill holds on, the snow wraps up. But it gets very active next week, and we will track all of it coming up for you in just a few minutes.
We will see you then. Thank you. It is the last weekend before Christmas, and while you might have shopping to finish or cooking to do, several charities are hoping that you'll add giving to your list. Several local organizations say they need an extra boost to help as many people as possible. WKYT's Mike Linden shows us what you can do in a story that's new at 4:30.
With only 1 week to go until Christmas, several Lexington charities say they are struggling to meet their goals to help serve the community for the holiday season and beyond. God's Pantry Food Bank officials say they're nearly $600,000 under budget with only a few weeks left in the year. They say financial contributions are down, while the number of people in need of help is at a 60-year high for the pantry. Salvation Army officials say they're also behind on their Red Kettle campaign this season. With only a week to go until Christmas, officials say they need to raise more than $30,000 to even just match last year's numbers.
The Salvation Army is very excited about helping the needs of the community for the Christmas season. But again, we can only do that if we get the help of the community.
As one final push for contributions, Salvation Army officials say they'll hold the Miracle on Main Street event here at their headquarters on Main Street in Lexington, where people can drive up and donate before their final count is done later in the day. In Lexington, Mike Linden, WKYT.
The Miracle on Main Street event kicks off on the final day of the Red Kettle campaign, which is Christmas Eve. There will be a special meeting next week to address the Butler County Sheriff's Office budget. Deputies haven't worked since Tuesday after the fiscal court voted to postpone discussions on the sheriff's 2016 budget until after Christmas. The sheriff says he normally borrows money from the state to pay his deputies' salaries for the final weeks of the year. He can't do that until there's a budget in place. The meeting is scheduled for 5 Tuesday night at the Butler County Courthouse. Part of the spending bill Congress passed today includes permanent funding of health care for 9/11 survivors.
And as Kelly Myers shows us, it's something that advocates have been fighting years for, and now they finally got their wish.
This is my proudest day in Washington.
New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand spoke at her final press conference for the Zadroga Act. After so many of them had been fighting for the bill she championed for years, this one was for something different.
It was very frustrating that Congress was so slow to move, but finally they have done the right thing.
Friday morning, Congress voted to pass the spending bill giving permanent health care to first responders on 9/11.
Words can't describe the joy and the relief in their lives right now.
They fought until the very end, coming with injuries in wheelchairs for those who couldn't be here themselves.
I'm doing this for him. He would be here with us. This should be his win.
Daniel Monahan drove down from New York to walk the halls one last time just hours before the vote in honor of his friend. Ray Pfeiffer was at every one of these rallies but missed the final one, admitted to the hospital just days before.
I was told if you scream loud enough and long enough, people will start to listen. And I think this last 12 years coming to today, I don't have to scream anymore.
John Field has been here from the very start, fighting along the New York senators, and they dedicated this day to Ray. Although he's still angry at how much it took to get this passed, he knows now his friend and many others will get the health care they deserve.
Got your back, Ray.
That's for you, Ray. And first responders say this was the best gift they could have received this holiday season. 5 months after nearly being demolished, the former People's Bank building on South Broadway has found a new home. According to the Herald Leader, the Lexington Center Corporation approved a 99-year lease for the building's new location at the corner of West High and Patterson Streets. A nonprofit that specializes in preservation will take over the building once it's relocated. The Warwick Foundation plans to turn the building into the People's Portal, a type of community center where they focus on inclusion and cross-cultural programming. Movie theaters, not the only ones cashing in on the Star Wars craze. We'll show you how other businesses are taking advantage of it next.